In just days, you, registered voters, will decide who will be the next president of the United States. Early on, a Jacksonville native's name came up often as a potential running mate for presidential hopeful Joe Biden. But before making it on the national stage, little Valdez Venita Butler grew up right here in a rural part of Duval County.
I grew up in a two-bedroom wood frame house that I can remember being very cold in the winter and very hot during the summer.
She grew up extremely poor in Mandarin, attending segregated schools in the 1960s.
I was bused to Pine Forest, and then in 6th grade, when they integrated Loretta Elementary, I got to go to a school that was much closer to home in Mandarin. And the joys and pains of integrating the schools, you can imagine that.
Her dad, James Butler, a janitor determined to make ends meet for his family of 9. Demings' mother, Eloise, she says, was a wise maid.
I give her all the credit for pushing us and helping us to see past our current circumstances into a future that could be brighter.
Democratic Congresswoman Val Demings of Florida.
By 2020, a spotlight hit this Jacksonville native like she had never felt before.
I did not raise my hand to say, please vet me for Vice President of the United States.
The vetting process was tedious. Interviews that lasted 4, sometimes 5 hours. No one was off limits.
There wasn't a day that went by during the process that I didn't say, why the hell am I doing this?
Demings admits the search of her grown son's social media pages made her particularly nervous. And as a member of the Orlando Police Department, she recalls her fears of not being there for them, not being able to shield her children.
I remember I would go to work and wondering if I would be able to see them again, and wondering what was going to happen to them if their mother was not here.
What do we want? Justice! What we want?
The grim reality of a career she and her husband chose, one now under fire.
First thing we need to do is not entertain a ridiculous idea like defunding the police. I served in the job for a lot of years, and when I need the police, God forbid, I want them to come. And I know you do as well.
Direct and firm. From her questioning of social media executives to her appointment in President Trump's impeachment hearings.
I know for a fact that the impeachment managers, the seven of us under the leadership of our chairman, Adam Schiff, presented an overwhelming case against the President of the United States that was clear and convincing. What we had was a Senate that did not have the courage to do the right thing and hold the president accountable.
Known as the tattletale among her 4 brothers and 2 sisters, Demings says she's been holding people accountable for as far back as she can remember, holding on to her mother's words.
People will call you names, they have. People will say bad things about you, they have, and still do on occasion. But you always do what's right, and when you know you're doing what's right, then you go after it with everything that you have.
Right now, she's setting her sights on remaining in Congress. Demings is aiming to be reelected on November 3rd to the United States House of Representatives. In the Information Center, I'm Keitha Nelson, First Coast News on your side.